So we're going to do this tutorial. What I have here is a wine tumbler, and hopefully you can see I have covered it in white fine glitter, and then I did like a triangle shape, but I kind of rounded it more at the top with a chunky white glitter. And I'm going to do an alcohol ink geode. So I have some blue alcohol ink. I made my own with Sharpie markers. I can make a tutorial on that if you want. But I use just old paint bottles because they don't leak. I've used other bottles before, but they leak. So I'm going to do the blue and the yellow and this really pretty like purpley color. So I'm not going to be dripping them out of the bottle because I don't get as much precision that way. So what I want to do is be able to use this little dropper so that I can drop my ink on. On top of that, I have this little cup of alcohol. It's about 20 mLs of alcohol, and that's just to stick this in there and squish it up like this. You would just squish it up and drop it back out to rinse it out in between colors. And then I also have a towel to wipe the outside of it off to get any of the ink off of the outside of it. So, alright. I'm just going to grab some purple ink out of here. I do have my work surface covered with some contact paper just in case I lose any. But what I want to do is start to drip this on. And it's going to bleed, so kind of do it away from where you really want it to be. And you can see here how it's kind of bled out. Oh, should be careful with it. And I'm just going around the perimeter. Of the chunky that I did. Trying to make sure you can still see what I'm doing. It is going to bleed out, remember that. But it'll make it look cool in the end. So I'm going to drop some right there. You really don't use a lot of alcohol ink for this project. And then you can even do it on the bottom if you want. I'm going to do it on the bottom just because it bled onto the bottom already. I wasn't planning on doing it on the bottom, but since it bled, I'll go ahead and do it on the bottom. Okay, and it kind of bled up, which is fine with me. So then you just kind of want to go and do a little bit on the bottom here. Kind of, I like to let it bleed down a little bit. Okay, so that's what we have so far. So I'm going to get rid of my, and I'm just going to set this, I have a thing over there that I can close this with, but I'm going to close up this color, and I'm going to open up my blue alcohol ink, and what I'm going to do is I'll show you this part. You just want to suck it up and just a few times to rinse it out and then wipe it off. Now the color may stain your dropper a little bit, but I use this medicine dropper for polyacrylic to do ink pens and stuff, so it's not going to really matter. Okay, so now we're going to go on to our blue. And I'm just going to draw up a little bit of it in the same exact technique. I'm just going to go around. I kind of want to let gravity pull it towards the middle more than it moving about on its very own. I don't want it to go out towards the purple edges. You can kind of start right like in an overlap. Whoa, I don't want it going down that much. So I'm going to hold it upright so it won't bleed into my purple on the bottom. And then you can go back in and add more color wherever you feel like you need it. Like right here it's kind of light, so I'll just go in and add a little bit more color to it. I like the mix of colors. I feel like it gives you more definition and different, like, you know, a different look in areas because it kind of turned purple a little bit. Alright, so I'm just going to get rid of what's left of that blue, put it back in my container. And then once you get completely done with all three colors, or however many colors you plan on using, you can go back in and add more afterwards if you're not happy with it. So, alright, I'm going to open my yellow and draw some up in my little dropper. I don't need that much because it's not a big space left. And I'm just going to start adding it right over the top of the edge here of my blue. Do the same thing. Woo! I don't want it to bleed too much. And then I'm just going to fill the rest of that white in with that yellow. It is going to bleed, which is going to give you some green mixed in. Look how pretty that is. Oh my gosh, guys. I love it. It looks so good so far. So I'm just going to get rid of the yellow because I'm done with the yellow, and I'm going to do some touch-up work. So let me clean out my dropper again. And then I'm going to close my yellow because I'm not going to use any more yellow. Just cleaning up some mess on the table. I'm going to open my blue and my purple back up because I want to use those again. And you can see that it bled even further than what I wanted it to on the bottom, but that's okay. That's the beauty of this. It kind of does its own thing. So I'm going to pull up a little bit of blue, and I just kind of want to darken some of my blue spots, but it'll help darken them if you let them dry in between. So I'm totally keeping this cut. This is not going anywhere. Try not to put too much on at a time, because if you put too much at a time, it's just going to bleed everywhere. And you don't want that. Maybe you do, I don't know, but I don't want that. So I just kind of touch it and it'll just drop off a little bit of color instead of a ton that's going to fly everywhere. Just trying to darken that blue just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to get rid of my blue now, clean out my dropper. And I'm going to pick up some of my purple, and I'm just going to go right here on the edge just to redefine that color there. You don't want to rub too hard, obviously, because you don't want to pull any of your glitter up, because I just Mod Podge this. You can do the epoxy method if that's your preference. I find Mod Podge tends to work a little bit better with this technique. I'm just gonna go down and add as I please. And then I kind of don't like how the top does, so I'm just gonna do like a little drop here, and I'm gonna let it kind of flow a little bit to make it look the way I wanted it. There we go. I kind of want it rounded a little bit. See, if you just kind of dab it, you kind of get that rounded off effect. And then it kind of gives you a more pink look to it too. I'm just barely trying to squeeze in it. I don't want to squeeze too much. But I did kind of want it more rounded off. Oh my god, that is so pretty. And I went way past this color than I intended. But, I mean, that's the beauty of it. It kind of does whatever it wants. So, what do y'all think? Like, that is beautiful. I think I like it a lot. Okay, I think I'm done with my purple. I think I want to go back in with a little bit of blue. Just a tad here and there. Ooh, I don't want it to go that far out. So I'm just kind of covering up some more of that blue. Just kind of blowing on it to dry it up a little bit. So it won't run as much. It'll leave the color right where I want it. Instead of moving it around so much. Now, if you don't like the look of it going out so far on that, which I don't mind it, but you could go in and add more of that chunky glitter to kind of further go out if that's what you wanted to do. But I'm not going to because I really like the way it looks. So I'm just cleaning out my dropper. And then this is what we have. Of course, you can use other colors, you know, to do your geode if that's not the color combination you want exactly. That's fine. And then you would put like a decal over here on the white area. But like, how cute is that? And then there's the bottom. I love how it just bleeds around the edges. Like, that's so awesome. Anyways, guys, I hope you like this tutorial. I hope it helps, and I hope to get to see what you do with this technique. So thanks for watching.